Hello folks, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. What is this loading screen? Yes, it's because of a new DLC that is coming out December 15th. I've been kindly given the press release of this by Paradox Interactive. I'm traveling on the 17th, so it's very nice, because then I get to record some great content for you. Of course, great content is very subjective. Maybe you don't find my content very good, but you know, you should. Anyway, Together for Victory has a bunch of new things for the British colonies and dominions and all the sweet stuff, and of course not just for them, but for the entire game. I think they've changed quite a few things. Here in the loading screen you can actually see different national foci that are interesting, and you can see that they've added a second loading option, not loading option, but like other interesting countries, not just the majors. We've got Poland. They've, you know, if you've got the DLC, there's which came with the Hearts of Iron 4 release, which is free, I think. You get a bunch of national foci for them. Anyway, Dominion of Canada, a bunch of cool stuff. New Zealand, South Africa, British Raj. I've been thinking of playing, you know, all of them. A lot of people suggested New Zealand, and I totally understand that, but I don't know if I'm up to the challenge. Last time when I played Bhutan, that didn't really work out very well, you know, as a minor. Mostly because of the manpower issues, but then we've also got South Africa, which was very interesting, and I might actually do another Let's Play on that. But today we're going to be playing as India. Oh yes, I totally forgot. There are some things we should have read there. So, basically, we've got an agrarian society with recruitable population factor minus 69%, and princely states, which gives us autonomy gain minus 0.1 probably per day. Yes, it says daily, I'm stupid. And here are some interesting foci, which we can get to later on. All India forward block. I don't know what that actually means. Probably something to do with the independence. I'm too lazy to read when I'm talking like this. And then we've got the Indian Gurkhas, basically gets extra manpower, I guess. And then the Smiling Buddha. Scientists are close to unlocking the secret of atomic energy, and this will lead to the creation of very powerful explosives. It cannot fall behind the quest for atomic weapons. Yeah, that's kind of a nod to the Civ 6 meme, where Gandhi always has nukes. But our leader so far is Lord Lillington. Lillinghau? Lilithgau. Linlithgau. Yes, I'm stupid. And alas, of course, we're going to be playing Ironman mode and historical AI foci on, or focuses. I don't know why they made the plural focuses, but yeah, whatever. Yes, let's begin. Boom, it's 1936, and look at that, our manpower, 229,000. Not good at all. So there are a bunch of things we should do, and I think first of all, of course, we should maybe get our army together somewhere, I don't know, or perhaps choose a national focus. Yes, so provincial elections are really interesting, because then, you know, we can unlock our way into communism and or fascism or independence from Britain or whatever we want, really. But that requires 10% world tension, which we don't have at the moment and will take a while to get. So we are in fact going to go ahead and choose the Great Indian Peninsula Railway, and then go to East India Railways, down to clamping down on corruption in order to take away the risk of famine. However, that also requires that we're more autonomous than the colony, so I don't really know how we're gonna do that, but let's do this first. You've gotta love playing as a large manpower nation. I mean, we're on volunteer only, we're a colony, and we have an agrarian society, and yet our manpower is 229,000. I mean, imagine when we get to real numbers there. It's gonna be glorious. Let's begin our industrialization process, and we might actually build some infrastructure as well. I feel like that might be necessary later on, but at the moment it's fine. We need the civilian factories for the trading and whatnot. Even though we're not actually that bad in terms of resources, we're not amazing either, though. There are no like provinces, except for tungsten there. That's very nice, 128. But ooh, capturing Ceylon here would give us 116 rubber. That would be nice. And of course, on the technological front, we are going to go with the industrial stuff so that we can really get ahead. They've also changed the UI a little bit. You can see here, we can see if there are offensive commands going on or defensive commands. There are also new spearhead movements for better blitzkrieg offensives and so on and so forth. And I think a general improvement to the AI. We'll see if it's actually the case, but ooh, let's should we already promote these guys to begin with? I don't know. Armor speed, hills. Oh, hills might be good. Oh, sorry, yes, no, let's not promote him. Let's promote... Ooh, this is so difficult. I mean, 24 divisions is gonna be quite little for us. Because if we start getting... I always have such a difficult time, but you know what, let's choose this guy. Oh, the garrison order is also really cool now, because you can actually choose if they're gonna guard a coastline or not. Etc, etc. Minimum divisions 31. So let's not guard the coastline. Guard forts, guard air bases. Yeah, this is pretty cool. It's quite annoying, Goa and the French port here. What's it called? French? It's just French India. I'm pretty sure it's there's a city. It's named something. But yeah, this is Goa. Oh, we also have a problem with marginalized Muslim community, national unity -10%, and recruitable population factor -20, which is why there's a focus here with two-nation theory, which makes Pakistan be released once India is free, in return for a increased national unity and recruitable population factor, which is, I mean, I don't know. I like the idea of a big country, right? We're trying to unite the workers of the world. Not yet, but soon. Also, oh yes, totally forgot. There are continuous focuses now, and you can basically. I don't know if this is only for colonies. I don't think so. But once you're, if you're finishing your tree and you're like, oh, okay, where do I put my focus now? You can actually put it on these things, which give you extra stuff. I just realized if we go for Lessons of the Great War, we could go for an Indianization of the army and gain 100 political power, which is pretty good, but I still feel like we should work on this in the meantime. Just try to industrialize, try to become a little bit better, and then maybe go industrial expansion, some oil, some steel. I mean, look at that, Bombay ad production 24, 3 oil, and this a bunch of dockyard and stuff. The remilitarization of the Rhineland. I always fail at saying that for some reason. Like, I know how to pronounce remilitarization. It's just every time I record Hearts of Iron 4, it's just like, oh no, you're not going to be able to say this on camera. Ooh, there's also a combat log for each theater now, so you can actually see the templates, the equipment losses, the equipment required, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Looks like the British tree has also changed a bit. They have a bunch of different decisions here, and also, like, okay, so they're doing Reinforce the Empire, but I realized, and I don't think this was in before, but Edward VIII now gives weekly national unity -0.1%, which is actually pretty bad if he stays along too long. And I'd imagine it's a timed event, but I also imagine that there's probably somewhere in this tree here they can just, dismiss Edward VIII. And so, the Civil War begins in Spain. It's unfortunate that we can't actually send volunteers since we're a colony, otherwise I would. Integrate the princely railways, yes, soon. We'll get rid of the risk of famine. Actually, we won't, but we're gonna try. Ooh, yes, it's time to choose a political advisor. Here's Mahatma Mohandas Gandhi, yes. And he's a compassionate gentleman, improved relations opinion plus 15%. Yeah, that's not very interesting for us. We want the communist revolutionary Karam Singh Man. And we of course want increases the chance of internal support for a communist coup. Ethiopia was the next. I never see them puppeted. It's quite unfortunate. Let's do the industrial expansion. I really want the political power, but is it really necessary right now? I don't think so. We really need to focus on making India great. Or rather, what we want is to increase the percentage of proletariat, you know, the working class, compared to the peasants, and then we are going to implement Marxism-Leninism and create a peasant worker front against the tyrannical bourgeoisie and the imperialist overlords. The 11th Olympic Games have been held in Berlin. The games are concluded. I'm really not sure at all what's going on here. For some reason this area is striped. It says China controls this region in Hubei, but I don't... What? I'm confused. Now let's go for the lessons of the Great War. Yes, I mean, I want to industrialize, but this might give me some political power, and then we can get some nice generals. And perhaps... Oh, this recruitable population, 2%. That's pretty big. And then some other stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of annoying, this whole thing. Once we do get continuous focuses, though, I think we can do increase autonomy. That's going to be pretty nice. And then also... Oh, what's happening here? Suppress subjects? No. Yeah, we'll do increase autonomy. Let's put a captain of industry to get our industrialization going a little bit faster. And hope that this thing turns a lot faster. I mean, it's gonna take a while, because after all, the INC does have 67%, and it's kind of annoying, actually. I will always remember when we played Germany, and basically in a matter of a few months, like I think it was 1936, it wasn't even a year after we turned into a communist state, even though we didn't actually have that much support. I just got a bunch of events that increased support radically, and then suddenly, you know, we turned into the beautiful socialist states of Germany, I think it was called. I don't actually remember. My save is called the German Commune, so there you go. You know, I just realized this gives us an extra research slot without having to be at war. So I really need that. It's very powerful. The longer we wait with that, the worse. So let's begin our path towards that wonderful, wonderful thing. Let me guess, the nationalists are going to win. You know, maybe I should have gone for popular support of a coup. Maybe that would have been better in our situation. I mean, look at the IN still has 63%. We're eating more from the IIM than from the CPI. Sorry, we're not eating from the CPI. We are the CPI eating from the INC. See, this is almost a perfect border, following the river, and then if only this little part was in Persia, that'd be nice, you know, just like a river border. I like how there's they've changed the tab a little bit here. There's occupied territories and then subjects, but I also I hope that they've changed the peace screen, because goddamn, that's like the worst part of this game. It's just the peace deals are horrible, or have been. Maybe they've changed it again. You know, I don't really know. I would go for the industrial concern here, but you know, there's the military theorist with experience gain per day and reduced land doctrine research time, which we really need. So welcome, Prasad. Indian Institute of Science, yes please. Also, I realized if we go here, and then provincial elections, Swaraj, All India Forward Bloc, and then seek help from Soviets, and then Indian People's Army. That's when we start a war. Like the communist supporter starts a civil war for freedom. Right, because we actually probably have to declare war on the goddamn British. Well, I feel like we're gonna end up starting World War II instead of Germany, but you know, you never know. It depends on who gets there first, right, Germany? Ooh, the Hindenburg hasn't actually burnt this time. They almost did. Amelia Earhart circumnavigates the globe. Well, it's quite nice. People are not dying in this particular world. Maybe we'll have a nicer time. Maybe there will be no World War II, even though we're on historical focuses. Leadership purges in the Soviet Union. Oh, that's unfortunate. See, I'm against Stalin, obviously, but for our purposes, if we do become communist successfully, we're probably gonna have to ally him for a while, and maybe even throughout the entire game, because you know, It's probably just the easier way, otherwise we'll have to fight him, the Axis, and the Allies, which sounds a little bit too much for my taste. But yes, now we have this, and what is this? Nuclear scientist, nuclear research time, and nuclear technology. We don't need that right now. What we need is the Indianization of the army. We're also going to do superior firepower instead of trench warfare, because trench warfare, it's stupid. I prefer superior firepower, especially if we have, you know, a large manpower base, and we intend to combine that with some nice artillery. The Marco Polo Bridge incident has occurred, and the Communist Party has 31% support, but the INC still has 56%. Ugh, so annoying, so annoying. Small arms research time, or industrial research time. I think we're gonna go for small arms. They've also changed a few things in the armies that apparently it's now actually worthwhile to have anti-aircraft guns and such, but I'm not actually certain. Like, I know they've changed it, but I just don't know the exact numbers, so we'll have to experiment and see how that works out. I don't really care, though, that much, because I'm still gonna go for my classic templates, you know, 10 or 20 combat with some artillery, and then specific armor divisions with more, you know, hard penetration. Oh, it begins. Japan declared war on Shaanxi. The conflict in China is worrying. Yeah, it is. I wish I was independent so I could intervene. It'd be very nice. Japan declared war on China. Nationalist Spain was next. Republican Spain was next. Nationalist Spain has won the war. Soldiers desert to communist partisans. Capitalists and nationalists would have you spill your blood for them on the front lines during brother against brother over disputes that do not concern the working man. Instead of taking up arms against the workers who struggle abroad, raise them against the oppressors who overthrow the tyrants. Or to overthrow the tyrants. Oh my god, I can't read on camera. Jesus, why? The army, usually a bastion of patriotism and loyalty, has proven not to be immune to the communist propaganda spreading rapidly in the British Raj. Soldiers are deserting, refusing to fight for their country, sometimes going as far as joining partisan movements that claim to be preparing for revolution. Change in the popularity of communism, 15%. Good. And then recruitable population minus 0.2, doesn't really matter, we're a colony, and support goes up. The end of the Spanish Civil War, an interesting development. Now here we go, look at that, we already jumped up to 49%, so we now are the biggest party and increasing, which means, I don't know, we're a colony, so at this point, in any other country, we would have probably already turned communist, but I don't know. A colony might take longer because they are, of course, we're being controlled from London. Industrial research time. Yes. In India, we apparently know nothing of ships. You know, it's just the British who know how to build ships, but I understand. Anyway, let's choose another research. 0.9, yeah, that's a little bit too much. Ooh, construction speed. Construction speed is actually nice. We don't need the resources right now, so we're going to go for that. Before we also declare independence, I know it's actually... Oh, actually, what the hell? I just realized world tension has jumped up to 39%, so once this is done, we can actually go ahead and start doing this stuff. But yeah, as I was gonna say, before we do declare independence, let's go ahead and take some of the important stuff like fighters, etc. from our overlord and our fellow colonies. The November Revolution. The notion that the communist movement represents the people has certainly gotten wind in its sails in the British Raj, where the public support for the Communist Party has increased rapidly in the past months. But those who call for revolution are no longer a disparate collection of guerrillas and disgruntled labor unions. The group behind the call for revolt is organized enough to form a government if they succeed. Nevertheless, if the revolution started now, it could hardly be executed without launching the British Raj into civil war. Should the revolutionaries risk tearing the nation in two to satisfy their impatience, or wait for a better opportunity in the future? Yeah, and that's what's annoying with having a big opposition party like that. So let's wait and try to take it from within. Italy announces claims on Yugoslavian territory. world tension at 41% now. They're upsetting the already fragile balance in the region. And it's time to call for provincial elections. The February Revolution. I think this, they keep doing this just for fun. But yes, the notion, same event, and would start a civil war as well. We have 53% now. Still not enough to avoid a civil war, so we're gonna do the... just push it on. We need to take it on from the inside. I don't want a civil war. It just wrecked the country, especially with the risk of famine looming over us. Indian National Congress, or Swaraj. Well, obviously the Swaraj. The Anschluss of Austria, if that is what they wish. Well, I don't know. Is it? Political power gain plus 15%. This is plus 5 and then drift defense, but we don't want drift defense. We want power gain. To anyone who identifies as Indian or Pakistani out there, do forgive me for mispronouncing everything. It is Swaraj, right? And also the names. I'm just really sorry. I mispronounced literally everything. Like everything, even my own language. I think our focus is gonna go for, or be on light aircraft design and light aircraft, since we're gonna have a huge manpower. Just having swarming the skies with the Indian Air Forces, that's gonna be amazing. So let's choose that. It's kind of annoying, this whole, come on, take over, please, just go away, NIC. Go away, you British overlords. There we go, the Swaraj has been completed. Swaraj movement makes gains in provincial elections. The British civil servants woke to a rude shock this morning as the results of the recent provincial elections came in. It is clear now that the large majority of Indians have given their voices to pro-Swaraj candidates. In provinces across India, calls have already started to turn this limited amount of local government into total self-rule as quickly as possible. Freedom is within reach. Finally, this will actually lower support for unaligned democracy by 0.2 a day. And, yeah, the All India Forward Bloc thinks that the British disengagement from India is taking too long. Even a stronger, even militant position must be taken. Marxist sympathies in government. Although the party in line of the INC is strong, or is too strong, strongly oppose revolutionary socialism, keeping a watchful eye on the nation's radical left-wing elements. Some people in government are more open to the possibility. If nothing else, they see room for addressing the concerns of the people who look to communists for the solutions without risking a full-scale civil war. We'll keep a close eye on them too, for many reasons. If public support is sufficient, a coup can be executed. Lovely. Where's my coup? It's been several weeks or days and nothing's happened. We do have the support. Come on. Oh, this is really cool. I never noticed. Maybe it's because I haven't played a major. No, I think they added this recently. Because even playing as Germany, they didn't have this kind of like specific arms. So you can see that we have level 1s, level 2s, and then this is actually level 2, but there's an extra added layer here, and it's like a custom JRI Sten Mach 2. So that's pretty cool. But let's do the Lewis Mach 3. Seek help from the Soviet. Actually, we have a continuous focus thing. Here's the thing. Okay, so if I start this, there will be the following effects. Okay, but can I do both at the same time? So I click Seek help from the Soviets, and then click Continuous focus. No, I can't, right. So it's basically once I'm done with a tree, I can move on to this if I want to. Why haven't I changed my manpower laws, you ask? Well, because I actually need to be independent for that. The Fourth International. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was founded a little bit earlier, but you know, fine, whatever. Because Trotsky already talks about the Fourth International in 1932, basically, when he's gives his last big speech in Copenhagen. I'm pretty sure. I have bad memory, but anyway, how many internationals will there be? France and Britain announce an alliance. They're preparing for the worst, and the Soviets are now helping us, which gives us extra support, right? And some extra independence stuff, right? Except the elections, the princely states is really annoying. It's very powerful. It's really setting us back. So basically, I'm split between two things. Either the Indian People's Army, which will start a civil war with the Soviet Union on our side, or the Quit India movement. And I think we're gonna go for the more peaceful route. So let's do the Quit India movement and try to become independent that way. Yes, it takes longer, but I don't want a war between the Soviets and the Allies right now. I don't want to start off World War II. The Munich Agreement, yes, no war this year then. Yeah, especially since I'm not starting the war either. But yeah, it's mostly because, you know, I don't think the Soviets are ready either to go to war against the British and the French. Our hopes for an easy way to independence has been cruelly ended by the British Colonial Office. When the Soviet ambassador approached them with the request that we should be allowed to determine our own fate, he was quickly told that there was nothing to discuss. The British government claims that the question of independence is an internal matter in which no foreign power may intervene. The fight goes on. Motorized infantry, yes please. And that, unfortunately, will have to be the end of this particular episode. We've already gone over 25 minutes. Normally, I don't end the first episode until we actually become of the advertised ideology, but it seems like being a colony, you know, takes a little bit longer, so we're gonna see those changes in the next episode, and we're probably also gonna see World War I in the next episode. It is, of course, September 1938, and the war started in September 1939. So I'll see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like. It really, really, really helps me out. And subscribe if you haven't already. This has been GameGabster. Farewell.